Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football or Soccer TV. If you're new, please smash a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into it. What the hell was that? I feel like we've been saying that as United fans all this season when we've been baffled by things that go on week in, week out with this team. What the hell was that? That was a hard watch. It was a terrible watch. Watching this team feels like a chore. It no longer feels like watching football. It feels like a job. It feels like a job that you hate. It just I have fell in love out of football thanks to this team. I have fell out of love with football thanks to this manager. I have fell in love out of football thanks to the Glazers, thanks to the structure. Everything is messed up from top to bottom. But today, there ain't no way anyone can be happy with the performance. There ain't no way nobody can say that the manager is blameless. Because we all know how bad these players are, right? We all go hard on these players all the time. But what's the excuse for the players now, huh? When they're on the pitch, what's the excuse? Yeah, we know they're crap. What are you gonna keep saying now? That they're crap? Who picks these players? Who picks Rashford? Who keeps making these dumb substitutions? Your manager. Your manager. I'm speaking to all the Ten Hag inners. Your manager let us down today. Not the players. The players, we already know how bad the players can be. We already know. So why are you entitling these players? Why are you entitling these players to game time? Why are you entitling these players to actually think that they're somewhat good? You're a coward, Eric Ten Hag. You are a coward because you got your signing, your number one signing, which is Mason Mount, right? Your number one signing that you've been chasing all summer, along with Amrabat. You got both of them on the bench. Neither of them started, which is fine. You don't want to start them. That's cool. You bring him in. You bring Mount in. Amrabat is sitting on the bench, and you take out Mainu when Casemiro has been the worst player in these two games for us. One of the worst players in these past two games. Maybe you want him on for experience. I don't know. But his passing has been absolutely dreadful. Why don't you bring Amrabat in, who you chased all summer? And now you don't play him. Now you're throwing him under the bus. Mason Mount, who you gave number 7 to. Why don't you start him against? Why don't you take out Rashford and put Mason Mount on the left? Why don't you take out Bruno and put Mason Mount as a 10? Why don't you do things that are common sense? Is common sense to these things? Why are you not starting Ahmad? You put Ahmad on to just to save your job. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Why are you not starting this guy? The decisions this guy makes is dreadful. It is baffling. I feel like the decision that this guy makes, he has like an earpiece, and he has Sal and Q telling him what to do, telling him to make these subs, telling him to pick these players. It just feels like it's Sal and Q in the ear, in the headset, just telling him to do these substitutions because it's a joke. It's literally from something out of Impractical Jokers. This bald Murray. I bet Murray, if you bring Murray out there, this guy could do a better job than this bald fraud who has let us down week in, week out, along with these players. But I don't want to put all the blame on the players today. I don't. I'm tired of it. We already know the players are an issue. Everyone knows that. We can't get rid of the players today or tomorrow or not even all of them in the summer. We can't do that. But you know what we can do? We can get rid of this manager. So, Ineos, what are you waiting for? What more do you need to see? What more do you need to see with your own eyes that this isn't good enough? Y- Every day, every match that you allow this manager to be in charge, you're just dropping your standards. You're just making yourself look bad as an institution. If you want best in class, get rid of this manager. If you want to talk the talk and walk the walk, get rid of this manager starting today. It should have been done. It should have been done. For all you Eric Ten Hag inners, and you guys were happy because Spurs dropped points. And we're like, oh, if we win all our 4 games and Spurs lose all their 4 games, we can catch them. Bro, are you joking? Are you joking? Like, have you seen us play this season or no? Like, for real. Like, I don't get it. Like, we got packed by we today. We were getting our midfield was getting done by, and our defense was getting done by Solanke. Man like Solanke and Sinistera. We got packed by a white claw, by a white claw flavor, the cherries. Come on, dude. It's just embarrassing. I how I don't want to blame. I don't want to put too much blame on the defense either. Kambuwala has been great this past games, and there's some things that he did well today, but today overall was a terrible performance. But I don't want to put that blame on him because you're putting him next to Harry Maguire, next to Quagmire, who has zero pace, super slow. I don't know if you guys can see, but when every time he goes to the midfield and he starts running back, this guy's like trying to sprint his hardest, but it just looks like slow motion. It looks like he's jogging, but like forcefully. Like you're putting him. I know, injuries and all this crap. That's fine, but what about the midfield? You're not doing anything to. You're not doing anything to help out your defense. Your defense. You're just allowing your defense to get exposed all the time. Of course, you're bound to concede. Of course, you're bound to get put under pressure constantly. It shouldn't be like that. Your defense should be your last line of defense. One pass and it takes out 5 United players. One pass, you cut through us like a knife, like a butter knife, basically. One pass and they're already in on goal, head on head with our defenders. And for all of you people saying, "Oh, Nana could have done better with the saves," yeah, maybe. But in my head, and the way I look at things, we shouldn't be in that position anyway. We shouldn't be in that position where Kambwala is getting done. Shouldn't be in that position where no one's going in to make a block, where there's no awareness, there's no organization, there's no control of the game. Who sets all of these things up? Whose job is it to control the game and to manage the game correctly, not incorrectly? Because Eric Ten Hag tried to manage the game, but in a totally different way where he took out Mainu. Why are you taking out Mainu? Why don't you take out Rashford, who's done literally nothing? Like, I don't like these things are unacceptable. Like, these things are literally unforgivable. and and I just don't see how anybody could be happy with that performance, even if you're Eric Ten Hag. And if you are not happy, then why are you Eric Ten Hag? Why? Because you don't want to let these players get away with it. If Eric Ten Hag goes, the players aren't staying either. The players are also leaving. What makes you think that if Ineos wants their man in, that means that they're serious, right? So if they're serious, why on earth would they keep these players here if they see that they're not good enough either? You're just scared. You're just scared of change. You're scared of I don't know what of the player staying, player power, and all these things. But that shouldn't matter. None of that should matter because we got Ineos now, right? So I don't get how you can be happy with a negative goal difference. Like, we're seventh now. Newcastle is gonna run away with it now. There's nothing more that I expect now for us to finish seventh, because there ain't no way we're gonna pass Newcastle. There ain't no way we're gonna pass Spurs. If anything, we're gonna fall further and further behind. I can't even be confident against Coventry. Can you? Are you confident that we're gonna confident that we're gonna convincingly win against Coventry, against Burnley, let alone a Man City or Chelsea if we get them in the final? Are you confident? No, I don't want to. I don't want to stress out when I watch my team. I don't. At the end of the day, we watch our team because we love our team, and we can't change it. All we can do is not watch it, but we do. We do watch it because we go to the games, and we turn on the TV, and we take out times from our families. We take out times from our girlfriends, our boyfriends, whatever it is, from work. We take away time to watch this team play for what? To get let down. I'm tired. I am tired of this. I shouldn't just have to accept that. I shouldn't have to accept that as a fan. Shouldn't have to accept this crap position we're in, because we shouldn't be in this position, even with even with these group of players, even with this amount of injuries. We shouldn't be in this position at all. And the people who say, I can see the style of play, I can see what he's trying to do, but his injuries, there's been injuries and mitigating circumstances. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to us. Stop trying to convince yourself. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. People are starting to now wake up. But for those who have not woken up yet, what more do you want to watch? What more? How much longer do you want to take this type of football, this type of style? You want to drop further and further and further? Is that what you want? Are you happy? Do you love pain? Do you love watching this? What is it? Or is it just because you want to be positive? I get it, but I get it if you want to be positive and if you want to push this positivity into the team. I get it, but you need to be realistic. You need to call out things that need to be called out, because us fans dedicate our time to this team. We travel, whether or not we're in the country or not in the country. We travel to go see our, that's our time, that's our money. Or we make, I wouldn't say sacrifices, but we make time when we could be doing other things. So me as a fan, I have a right to be negative. I have a right to be truthful and speak what I want to speak. And the divide between the people who want this guy in and out is is crazy. Like, it's crazy how we should all, I don't know, in my head we should all be in the same page, but obviously we're not. Obviously we're not in the same page. And that's what the Glazers are doing to us. That's what Ineos are doing to us if you don't sack this manager, bro. If you don't sack this guy, because listen, these players need to go. We all know that. We all know that. Dalot today was terrible, man. I love Dalot, man. I love him because he's been our one of our most consistent players throughout the season. Lately, he's been trash. I'd keep Dalot. But at the end of the day, he should have, eventually we should have another person as well on that right back. Should get another left back, because Wan-Bissaka is not it, man. This guy can't defend. I mean, this guy can't attack. That's what I meant to say. This guy, they're trying to do the overlap. This guy can't do it. Bruno is not a good enough captain. He's not, and I know he scored the goal today in the penalty. Great, but you're stat padding, man. You're stat padding. You don't pass the eye test. People who want to put stats up and say that this guy is great and amazing because look at his stats and all this. Cool, you do you, man. But not me. You ain't fooling me. This guy isn't good enough, man. He can't even keep the ball. He can't maintain the ball. Rashford keeps losing the ball. Even when he tries to dribble against players and tries to take him on, it's not working. Bro, what do you do when you get the ball? You start an attack, you lose the ball. At least pass it. At least cut in and try to shoot. He's not even doing that. What's the point of doing that? Garnacho today, poor. That goal the first goal that we conceded, I don't blame Kambawala. I blame Garnacho. Why are you losing the ball in that midfield? How can you take a how can you take a touch like that that would put that would put your team in danger? And then the setup is not right regardless. And then you're putting this guy under pressure. This is why I don't want to put a lot of blame on this guy, on Kambawala. Garnacho poor. Ahmed came on and he looked decent. He was keeping the ball. He was passing the ball, making right decisions. He did lose the ball sometimes, but I like Ahmed because he brings something different to the team. He just doesn't run into blind alleys like most of these wingers do, like that we have. He doesn't. At least, like, you can see something from this guy, and that's just with what 45 minutes of him playing. This guy needs more game time. Garnacho starts week in, week out. Rashford starts week in, week out. For what? Like, why are you rewarding these guys with game time when you got players like Ahmed who are hungry, who we paid a lot of money for 3 years ago, who got Player of the Year in the championship last year? Why are you not playing guys when we've seen enough of the crap guys already? Why are you not playing other people who deserve a chance? You know, that's what I have to say about Ahmed, man. Who else can we go into? Um, Casemiro, I mentioned Casemiro's really poor today. That guy unfortunately is done, man. I'm sad to see, but he can't pass the ball. He's like further, like there's times where, like, he was in the box, he was so high up. Why are you high up? Aren't you supposed to be like our central midfielder? Why are you so high up? Like, this guy is like playing as an 8. Like, I okay, I get it. Like, go further high, but who's covering that midfield? Like, he's getting exposed, and his passing has been really, really poor. Hoyland today, he ran his socks off. Great. But I get it. Listen, look, I get it that he doesn't have the service. And I agree with that, because we have greedy wingers and our system just doesn't allow our number 9s to get that service. You see him dropping back all the time because he's desperate for the ball, and he's tired of pressing because no one else helps him. So listen, I get it. But when you get yourself into those positions, you need to do better. You need to fight for the ball. You're getting bullied off the ball way too easily. It shouldn't happen, dude. You're tall, man. You're a unit. Act like one. Act like one, man. I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. Like, you know, Maguire decent, but not good enough to where we need to be. The whole team is not good enough. Onana, average. He did a lot of good saves. So I give credit. I'll give him some credit, but ultimately, it's not good enough, man. And I am tired, and I'm sure most of you guys are tired of just watching this football, and I won't accept it, man. I'm just not. I'm just upset, and it hurts because we could have won today and been like, okay, got some positivity, been ahead of Newcastle, and then be like, okay, listen, let's at least try to win the next games and try to catch Spurs. I knew it wasn't gonna happen, but we could have done that today. The fact that we can't even trust our team just says it all. The fact that we know we're not gonna get to that point says it all. Just end the season, bro. I am done. I don't care if we win the FA Cup anymore. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me, because I know if we're gonna get past Coventry, because it's a big if, the way we're playing. If we're gonna get past Coventry, we're just gonna get packed by Chelsea or by City. So I'm not even positive about that. Of course I would love a trophy, but just get this guy out, man. Like at this point, like you're just damaging the team and making us fall further and further and further back. Ineos, do what you need to do, man. That starts with the manager. The players, of course, the players and the structure and everything will come. But right now, we need somebody that can get the best out of what we got and not have to wait another year or 2 years for the right players, quote unquote, the right players for this guy. Okay? That's not going to happen. So do what you need to do, man. Stand on business. Stand on business. Best in class, show it. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Let's go. But anyways, guys, that's been just a quick match reaction. If you guys are new, if you think I'm like waffling or if you think I'm speaking facts or whatever, just put a comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I'll catch you guys next time.